Good morning. This is Lori Clemens with Clemens Healthcare Consulting. Some of you may also know me as Nurse Lori, and some of you may know me as a patient advocate or a coach or a speaker or a poet or an author or a teacher. I wear a lot of hats. I'm also the co-founder of an organization called PatientAction, where our mission is to make sure that every patient has a voice in the healthcare setting. So today I'm speaking to you wearing all those hats. I know a lot of you know my professional background. I've been nursing since 1971. I've been in nursing education for 32 years. I've taught high school for 7 years. I was a wellness nurse for multiple years. And now in my pre-retirement stage, my focus is on patient empowerment and advocacy, how you be empowered, why you should be empowered. And that's what my lifetime passion and mission has become. So with that being said, I also wanted to share with you, for those of you who don't know, that my younger son was critically ill most of 2016. And so not only do I come at this patient empowerment and advocacy subject from a professional standpoint, but now also from a warrior mom standpoint. I spent 9 months with my son 24/7, every waking moment, and it was quite the empowerment journey, and he became quite the advocate for himself and quite an empowered healthcare consumer. So with that being said, I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about whether or not you can refuse treatment, because people ask me this all the time. And yes, you are not a prisoner in the hospital. You can sign yourself out at any time against medical advice even, but be aware that they may call in a psychiatric consult to make sure you're mentally competent to understand the consequences of you leaving the hospital against medical advice. And they will have you sign a form that is called an AMA form, against medical advice, that you assume all liability for leaving the hospital against the doctor's approval. But in addition to that, you do have the right to refuse treatment. And the one thing you need to be sure of when you refuse treatment is you have a good reason for refusing it. In other words, if they give you a medication, you just don't tell the nurse, no, I'm not taking that medicine. Or spit it out when she puts it in your mouth, which they don't do, but if you had trouble with your hands, they would help you. You have the right to refuse medicine, treatment, diagnostic procedures, anything you want. But you need to have a good reason, and you need to share that reason with the staff, because that's your responsibility as a patient, and those responsibilities come along with all the rights. If you refuse, you will get labeled as a difficult patient. You will also get reported to your healthcare insurance, whether that's private, Medicare, Medicaid, that you are refusing treatment, and they could refuse to pay for your hospitalization, because if you're not complying and helping get better, they're not going to cover your hospital stay. So it's really important, if you're refusing treatment or you're not comfortable with something that they're doing, that you share that with the staff. In other words, you don't tell the nurse, I'm not taking that damn medication. You say to the nurse, every time I take that medicine, I get hallucinations. Or every time I get that medicine, I get a rash. Or every time I get that medicine, I get nauseous. What can we do about it? So do not just refuse treatment. Give them a reason why you're refusing treatment, and that reason will get documented in your records so that people are not just referring to you as a difficult patient who refuses treatment. So with that being said, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'm thrilled to take this power towards empowerment with you. I am trying to get on a more regular schedule so everybody will know, and Sunday morning at 10 o'clock I can meet with Nurse Lori and continue our collective journey together. But in the meantime, I will try and post a day in advance when I'm going to be online. Feel free to chime in. Feel free to write questions. If you don't get to see this live, certainly text me, email me, call me. I'm happy to work with you. I do offer consulting and coaching sessions, a fee for service. I will happily, if you have an elderly person or someone who doesn't have a patient advocate in Charlotte or anywhere in the country, I'm happy to assist and go to the doctor with them for a fee for service. Just let me know what I can do to help. And thank you for stopping by, and enjoy your Sunday. Make it an empowered day. This is Lori Clemens from Clemens Healthcare Consulting.